Okay, CD built-in. The CD change directory built-in is used to change the current working directory. The current directory command can handle different types of arguments. Absolute paths, like user local bin, relative paths, like, well, dot, and /dir. The tilde character, which represents the user's home directory. For this stage, we'll focus on absolute paths. Handling absolute paths. An absolute path starts with / and specifies the location from the root of the file system. When CD receives an absolute path, if the directory exists, change to that directory. If the directory doesn't exist, print CD directory, no such file or directory. For example, so if we print our working directory, we're in home, so home user. We CD to user local bin. We can pwd and see that we're there. And CD does not exist. CD does not exist, no such file or directory. pwd user local bin. Okay. If the directory change fails, the current directory should remain unchanged. Tests. The tester will execute your program like this. So it'll run the program. It'll then send a series of CD commands to your shell, like user local bin, and it should get that does not exist. The tester will verify that valid paths change the directory, invalid paths print the error message, and invalid paths do not change the current working directory. So it's going to run a pwd after this too. Okay, well, this should be relatively simple, but we also want to consider that we're about to have relative paths and home directory stuff in there too. So we want to build this with at least a little bit of future compatibility in mind, since we know that it's coming up. So first off, we have the built-in, right? So we can make you bigger. We have our built-in commands. We want CD. Now I could make this change directory as opposed to CD. That might make more sense. So change directory, and we definitely know we want the command arguments, right? Okay, so in this case, CD is, hey, no, you don't do that. Stop. iPad went a little bit aggressive. CD change directory, pass in the arguments. Okay, so we make you happy like that. This command, we have a built-in command, change directory, the arguments. Why does this constantly want to change like that? I want you to do what I want you to do. Okay, and then we'll just to do you for right now, because we need to actually implement the change directory for this. And this is going to be built in, so we can create a new buffer and the source, built-in commands, change directory, function, change directory. Now I can already see we're going to need to pass in the state of the current directory. Otherwise, we're going to have to do some clever thing like getting the current directory, which I don't think. I mean, we could do that. We could just like change the directory in the program that we're currently in. I think actually that's a ability, in which case we could not have a state. That would be interesting. Okay, so we have arguments, which is a slice string. No, not stringify, string. And let's see if we can get away with not changing, not returning anything. Because if we can just change the state of the program itself, then the program itself can be the state, and that could be our source of truth. It would make it slightly less efficient as a shell, because I'm having to constantly like ask Rust itself for the current directory, but I'm not actually making this to be the most efficient shell. So I actually don't know if I really mind. Okay, so what's the first things we want to do here? We want to, well, let's wire it up. No, remind me later. Okay, so we are going to run the change directory function, and we're going to pass it the arguments. A slice of the arguments. Okay, now that we have you and we're all wired up, so everything in here should do the thing that we want to do. I want to check to see if this directory. Okay, so we need the input. Well, actually, no, we have the arguments. So we need the directory we're planning on changing to is going to be the first argument, right? So let's, our target directory, and it's really target path, right? Is arguments. Now, can I get first? I can get first. And if this doesn't exist, like if like nothing got handed in, we need to return an error. So we can surround that, sum this, else. We can do an early return. Well, let's echo first. So we'll just say error. And actually, didn't I create a print error? I think I did a print error. I did do a print error. Okay, and this just takes in display. So our print error here is error cd takes in one takes in a path. We have no sort of help, as it were, for anything here. And then we're going to exit. Oh, I wanted to bring this in from is it built-in commands? It's utilities, isn't it? Okay, that's the function there. Okay, so exit. We'll exit one. Okay, so we're done here. Oh, CD without any args going to home is a nice feature. Oh, I completely forgot. I use that all the time. Why did I forget that? You're right. This goes home, doesn't it? So this should take us home, which we can implement this now, can't we? Even though I think this is going to come up later, but like this should be pretty simple. We should be able to get our home directory, because we should be able to do our home directory equals standard fs. Isn't there a home directory from, yeah, okay, standard env home directory. So if I get this, that gives me an option. If we don't have a home directory, I think we need to crash. We can put you up here. So okay, we'll exit if we don't have a home directory. I don't know why my brain went to just crash if we just do cd without anything. That is a weird forgetting how Linux and Unix works thing. We could also do dash homeless Unix. Yeah. Okay, so if we don't, you don't have a home directory. So here we can print our error, and we can just say error don't seem to have a home directory. And then I think we can just quit, because without a home directory, I mean, theoretically this should never happen, right? Because if you're logging in to a terminal to run this, you probably should have a home directory. Most users that don't have a home directory aren't really running interactive shells. It is possible, but I don't think it's very likely. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit one. Okay, so we have our home directory now. We can navigate to that. So we can say, so this is where I'm curious, can I change the directory? Is there a change directory? That's ours. Is it? I don't think it's under standard env, but set current directory. Changes the current working directory to the specified path. This function currently corresponds to the change dir function on Unix and the set current working directory W function on Windows. Cool. So this is what I was talking about earlier, is we might be able to just get away with holding all state inside of just wherever this is running. And we don't track things separately and then hope that they don't get out of sync. We don't ever have to worry about getting out of sync. Okay, so we have a path, which is this home directory. So I can just set this to the home directory. What do you return? You return a result. So again, yeah, standard library doing all the heavy lifting here. Yeah, of course. Our shell is, I mean, some people might argue that like, okay, we're just really doing all the other stuff. But hey, if it has it in here, this is the least chance of me creating some kind of weird bug where we're in one directory but think that we're in a different directory, which is possible. Like state causes all sorts of bugs. So if we can avoid tracking state ourselves, that's better, right? Okay, so I would just want to check this, and if we fail to change the home directory, okay, so we can return a result here from anyhow. We can give some context, so changing to home directory, question mark u. Okay, so this is all if we don't hand a target path to CD, so it's just empty. We now have a target path. Next up, we need to determine if this is a absolute path or a relative path, and we can do that by checking the first character to see if. Well, okay, I could check the first character to see if it's that. I think also I should take the target path and turn it into a path. So we can shadow a target path, and I want to. So split paths parses input according to platform conventions to the path, turns an iterator over the paths contained in unparsed. I don't. Maybe I can do path. This is a slice of a path. Get path is not necessarily what I want. Because I don't. What was it called again? Yeah, okay, so I don't need to split the paths because we should just have one path, right? Like if they have a semicolon, I mean, that would actually cause problems. And this would help with that. So we could just auto handle that. So I could just do split. Although this is standard env. So this is for like the actual path environment variable, isn't it? Can I do path new? Okay, directly wraps a string slice as a path slice to cost-free conversion. You can create paths from strings or even other path. Okay, so this is probably what I want to do. So new path from target path. So that gives us a path. Okay, that's great. Okay, target path, path new, target path. Okay, so we have our target path now. I want to validate that this is a directory. And then we change it to it. Because let me think about this. If we give dot slash, that is a valid directory because that's the current directory. And if we cd to it, we're in the current directory, and that's perfectly fine. If it's dot slash, that's the directory above us, as long as we're not in the root, which wouldn't have dot slash, it's a valid directory and we can cd to it. If it's a starts with a slash, it's an absolute path if it's a valid directory. So I think all we have to do is just check to see if this is a valid directory, and if it is, we change directory to it, and it should be fine. So is this standard FS? I don't want to create a directory. Okay, exists. Returns okay true if the path points at an existing entity. This function will traverse symbolic links to query information about the destination file. In case of broken symbolic links, this will return okay false. As opposed to the path exists method, this will only true. Wait, path already has this. I mean, I can get is absolute and is relative, but I'm not even sure I need to. I mean, I can find out if it's a root, if it's absolute or not. Exists. Returns true if the path points at an existing entity. Warning, this method may be error prone. Consider using try exists instead. It also has a risk of introducing time of check to time of use bugs. This function will traverse symbolic links, okay. Ooh, but, is dir. Returns true if the path exists on disk and is pointing at a directory. This function will traverse symbol. Okay, well, this seems perfect. So I just want is dir. So if target is dir, then we want to set our current directory to target path. Do you return a result? So changing to target directory question mark u, and at the end we return u. Okay. Okay, so we print the error. So actually in this case now we can probably just bail now that we have this. So bail, this is error. You don't seem to have a home directory. So that returns error early. Else clause of let else does not diverge. Hold on. So I get some home directory equals home dir else exit early. Oh wait, do I have to do that? No, because this does an early return. Bail does an actual early return. And then we set the current directory. Oh, and then I have to early return here with that. There we go. That's what I was missing. Then we get the target path. We set the target directory, and we should probably print the target directory immediately after this. Actually, no, we don't. That's not how it works. Okay, so so Echo now is yelling at us. Oh, because you are, I need a question mark you to bubble that up. Okay. All right, so no errors, no warnings. I think I should be able to do this. Okay, so if we do pwd, we're currently in users, Brookcircer, code, Brooks builds, CodeCrafters, CodeCrafters, shell, Rust. So we're testing to see if we can go to absolute directories. So if I can go to users, Brookcircer, code. Yeah. Okay. Well, pwd. Oh, you know what it is? So my pwd command is incorrect because I set the path here where I get the path once, and then I figure out what the current directory is, and we pass that to pwd. But I think we just have the standard library handle everything, and so we just in pwd don't take in the path. We figure out what the path is. So let our current path is equal to, was it get path is not what I want. Standard env current directory. Okay, so okay. I can actually probably not do this. Hold on. We'll return an anyhow result with nothing in it. And we'll say context getting current directory. That okay, so we have a current directory. I can stringify the path from this, and then we echo stringified path, and we return okay. And I think you're now upset because pwd needs to question mark you. Ooh, I just didn't need the current directory. I still need the path there. So pwd stays there like that. Everything else remains. No error messages. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so pwd, we're here. If I cd to users circer code, I am there now. If I just cd, I am there now. If I cd to code, I am there now. I think we just did all of this one all in one go. Now, what I haven't implemented is cd dash, which is a cool feature, but I don't think it's required here. So I'm happy with this. I think it will be good. Let's go ahead and add commit, added the change directory cd built in. Does the standard library handle? Ooh, yeah, you're right. We haven't tried the tilde character yet. We should try that. So pwd. So let's do cd to you, and oh yeah, you are correct. That doesn't work. We'll be getting to that shortly though, so I'm not too worried about it for this specific challenge. But yeah, we're gonna have to fix that. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, that's all I needed to do. We can make this a little bit bigger too. Okay, so what happened here? So navigation, absolute paths. They cd'd to temp, banana, grape, pineapple. They did pwd, temp, banana, grape, pineapple. received current working directory response, cd non-existing directory, and I was supposed to put in no such file or directory, and I didn't give them anything. So I'm supposed to give them that. So change directory. So if you are a directory, go to that. Else, we want to print error. I probably want to format this because we're going to have sort of multiple things in here. And set current directory returns. Okay, so you do a question mark. Right, so we're not going to actually set the current directory. We're just going to print the error here. Format. Okay, so cd. We need the path that we're going to. So you become target path. No such file or directory. Does not implement display. Can I debug display that? Okay, so if I cd cd to/users. Okay, so that's still working. I want to cd to/gobbledygook, cd, and then I have quotes here. No such file or directory, and that's not what I want. I don't want that at all. Okay, so I can do toStir, unwrap our defaults, because if you don't have anything in there, just an empty string will probably be fine, and I don't want to crash it. Let's try this again. So if I cd to gobbledygook, cd to there, no such file directory, cd to that, does work, right? Yes. Okay, everything else seems to be working. Okay, what is this? This is printing error when to change directory to a location that doesn't exist. This should pass now. Excellent. Okay, everything passed. Mark the stage as complete. View the next stage. Oh, and look at that. These just auto pass too because we did it already. Okay, CT built-in home directory. In this stage, you'll extend your CD built-in to handle the tilde character. The CD built-in recap. As a recap, CD can receive multiple argument types. Absolute paths like user local bin, handled in earlier stages. Relative paths like ... and .dir, handled in previous stages. The tilde character. You know what's interesting? Is they're not implementing the nothing at all character, which is the equivalent of tilde if you just do cd tilde. Oh, and you know what I'm really curious about? Can we handle the tilde in a path? So we have something like this, right? And I have code in my home directory. If I cd to tilde/code, yeah, that doesn't work. So I need to capture tilde and just replace it with my home directory. The tilde character. The tilde character is shorthand for the user's home directory. It's a convenient way to quickly navigate back to your home directory from anywhere in the file system. The home directory is specified by the home environment variable. When your shell sees cd tilde, it should read the value of the home environment variable, change to that directory. I bet their tests are going to be playing with the home environment variable. Okay, so they give some examples. They'll test. Oh no, okay, so they won't do that. Home directory matches the value of home environment variable. Okay, which we already kind of know what that is, right? Because we got the home environment variable here. And if I want to get that twice now, if I put you up here, I don't necessarily want... Okay, design decision. I think having the error message when we don't have a home directory is pretty good, but instead of actually bailing out, what if we just print the error? Well, we don't change. So if we target, okay, so target path, arguments first, else, set the current directory. Okay, home directory equals that. I wonder, home directory won't be set here. So that's a problem. Home directory doesn't get set if there is no else. So I think I do have to bail. So we do bail out here. Again, we shouldn't run into this problem We should be fine. Okay, we get to this point. Now we have a home directory and we can go there. I need to, at this point, so after we have the home directory and then before we have to get the target path next. At this point, I need to find in the target path if there is a tilde and replace that with the home directory. And I wonder if we can do this with just a straight up replace. Because I can replaces all matches of a pattern with another string. I mean, okay. Can I replaces new string? Okay, so replace old as new. I mean, tilde with the home directory. If this works, it's great. And then everything else just sort of works. Let's see. Oh, home directory is a path buff, and we need a string. So we can into toStir, unwrap our default. A replace. Okay, so what does replace return? Oh, it returns a new string. So what if I shadow target path? So now you need to be a string slice, and then you just work. Okay, so let's try this. pwd, I can cd that, and it just works. I can cd to code, and that just works. I can still cd to things like that. I can cd to users, and all of that still just works. Perfect. Okay, implemented tilde in change directory. I wonder, we may have to implement that other places too, but okay, test passed. Navigation was a lot faster than everything else. Okay, and that is all of navigation done.